Okay, fine. So, fine. So let's start. Majority students have this problem of how to make the notes for mains exam. As I told you earlier, also I always say that when you are preparing for UPSC, you need to have extensive preparation and you need to have intensive preparation. So there are two types of preparation in UPSC. Extensive preparation means in the beginning you need to read each and everything and you need to do it in broad terms. But as you approach your exam, as you come to your approach, you need to be very selective. You need to be very choosy. Because in mains exam, you have to write around 250 words answer. You have to write 200 words answer. And one particular topic, like in that answer, you need to do the introduction of that basic topic. You need to critically analyze. You need to write the issues, and you also need to give a conclusion within that 250 words. So if you study too much, then it becomes problem for writing the answer in mains exam. I don't know whether you have seen this year's, the mains questions or not. Do you know yesterday there was GS paper, 2 question paper. It has been circulated in the social media. So I think you must have seen that there are some questions, not some questions, almost majority of the questions which have been asked in the mains exam this year, and not only this year, last year and in the last 4 to 5 years. Majority of the questions are based on the current affairs, what is currently happening. Like for example, yesterday there was one question, critically examine the process in which the President of India and the President of France is elected. So what was that question? That critically examine the process of election of the President and the President of France. Now there is one topic in GS paper too. That topic is the salient features of Indian Constitution, then constitutional post, and then comparison of the Indian Constitution with other constitutions. So this particular question, that critically examining the process of election of the President of India and President of France, this question is actually a combination of 3 to 4 topics. One is the basic features of the Indian Constitution. Second is comparison of the Indian Constitution with other constitution, and it is also a question of current affairs. Why current affairs? Because this year the President of India's election took place. So when the President of India election took place, every time, whenever the President of India takes place or Vice President of India's election takes place, or whenever the Lok Sabha election takes place, like उस समय में जो भी election होता है, उस topic पे उस साल question पूछा जाता है. So this year, why they have asked this question? Because in Indian Express there were more than around 20 to 25 articles written in Indian Express about the process of election of the President of India. Now, as a UPSC aspirant, like how you should prepare the basic subject, how you should write the current issues, and how you should write critical exam. Now, in this question, in this particular question, the question was critically examined. You are not supposed to write the process of election of the President of India. If I ask you a question, what is the process of the election of President of India? You might tell me like all the elected members of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and the members of the Legislative Assembly, they do participate in the election of the President. Then the process of the voting is single transferable vote, and the value of the vote of the Lok Sabha and the value of the vote of the Rajya Sabha members is different. So this is the process. But you are not supposed to write the process. You are supposed to critically analyze the process of the election of the President, right? जो इंडिया का जो इलेक्शन का जो प्रोसेस है प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया का, उसको क्रिटिकली एग्जामिन करना है. क्रिटिकल एग्जामिन करना मतलब क्या कि व्हाट आर द प्रोस एंड व्हाट आर द कॉन्स, एंड नॉट ओनली इंडिया, वी नीड टू आल्सो कंपेयर इट विद द president of France. Now in France, the president of France is directly elected by the people who to the president. In India, the president is indirectly voted. Now, why we have taken such process? Like why the president in India is indirectly elected? Why all the people of the India is not directly participating into the election of the president of India? That is what is expected from you, right? So to write such answer, like एक चीज आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि you have to write answer in 200 to 250 words. So to write 200 and 250 words, you need to have very good fodder. मतलब छोटा सा ही मटेरियल आपको चाहिए, लेकिन आपको ये चारे चाहिए. मतलब you have to know the basic, you have to know the current, and you also know the critical examine part of that particular issue. So that is why first we'll try. I'll explain you the syllabus. That what is the syllabus, how to make the notes, and we need to make micro notes. Micro notes means we're not going to make in detail notes. In detail you will study, you will read it from the books, like you might be referring Lakshmikant. One more book which I suggest you to refer for GS paper 2 is Subhash Kashyap. Along with Lakshmikant you need to also refer Subhash Kashyap. Lakshmikant you can read for some topic. Now, as you say in the message that Lakshmikant is a very bulky book. It is going to take a lot of time for you to read. You are not going to read each and everything from Lakshmikant. You will be reading only those part topic from the Lakshmikant which is mentioned in your syllabus. So first let's see the syllabus, then I'll let you know how to make the notes. So just give me a second. You have the syllabus with you?
Yes, I have it printed with me.
Okay, 1 second. So I'll share the screen. Actually, the same way you can make the notes for GS paper 1, GS paper 2, and GS paper 3 as well. So you will get an idea that how to make notes. Can you see the syllabus on your screen? Is it visible now?
So the screen is loading.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it's visible now.
Right. Now see here. This is GS paper 2. In GS paper 2, the main topic in the GS paper 2 is governance, constitution, polity, social justice, and international relations. These are the main topics, right? The first part of the syllabus is about the constitution. So in Indian constitutions, what you are supposed to know? Hyphen का मतलब क्या है कि in Indian constitution you are supposed to study this topic, historical underpinning. So while making notes, what you will do, you will take the historical underpinnings, how the Constitution of India was created. Like it may be from the British time, like Government of India Act 1990, then Government of India Act 1935, then the earlier Government of India Act 1909. So these were the three important, the constitution which were created in India during the British. So what is the influence? मतलब ऐसे नहीं है कि इंडिया में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो 1947 में बना हुआ अचानक से बना हुआ है. The Indian constitution has evolved over a period of time. Some of the features of the Indian constitution we have taken it, which were there already existed in the British rule, and we have made our own the constitution in 1947. So historical underpinnings and evolution means that is the topic. अब यहाँ पे आप क्या करोगे? You will not make the in detail notes. What you will do? Historical underpinning, you will make 3 points. Like Indian Constitution Act 1909. What were the basic feature of the 1909 Act? The 1919 for the first time we have the diarchy. Diarchy मतलब क्या? The like central government and the provincial government. अभी फिलहाल इंडिया की constitution में जो federalism जो है, federalism means there is a central government and there is state government. Central government is given some power, state government is given some power. So this has actually started in the 1919 Act. Then Government of India Act 1935. So there were some features of the Government of India Act 1935. All these three, some of the features of these three acts have been taken into the current constitution. That is why you need to know the basic. BPSC will not ask the question, what is Government of India Act 1909, or they will not ask what is 32. So what they will ask in the mains exam, that discuss that which features we have adopted from the Government of India Act 1935. अब उसमें से कोई जो फीचर है, अगर वो फिलहाल जैसे कि इस साल के मेंस एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था कि devolution of power from the central to the local level, how it has changed the paradigm of the administration in India. क्वेश्चन क्या था कि जो डिवोल्यूशन ऑफ पावर है, डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ पावर है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से लोकल गवर्नमेंट, लाइक म्युनिसिपैलिटीज, ग्राम पंचायत, पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन, ये जो डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ पावर जो किया गया, उससे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का जो पैराडाइम है उस पे कैसा इफेक्ट हुआ, what are the positives impact and what are the negative impact, that's what you are supposed to write. So in this way you are supposed to make the notes. So अभी क्या करोगे, while you are making notes, you will make 1 page notes of historical underpinning, just only 1 page, some bullet points. Then evolution of the Indian Constitution, one page. Right, now next is features. Like now what are the features of Indian Constitution? Can you tell me the examples or some of the basic feature of the Constitution? Like while you are making notes, what we will do, you will take 1 page, you will write the highlights, features of Indian Constitution. This will be your headline. On the upper side, there will be headline features of Indian Constitution. So you will write what is the first feature. Indian Constitution is one of the lengthier constitution in the world. You will write just lengthy constitution. So while you are writing lengthy constitution, you will read it from Subhash Kashyap that why the Indian Constitution has become one of the lengthier in the world. मतलब पूरे दुनिया में सबसे lengthy constitution इंडिया में बना. You will not make a notes. आप अपने notes में सिर्फ इतना लिखोगे it is lengthier constitution, but you will read that why it is lengthier. You will keep in your mind that why it is lengthier. But when you are revising, you need to know that it is one of the lengthier constitution. Got it? तो lengthier क्यों है? Because उसमें लिखा हुआ है that Indian Constitution is a India is a very diverse country linguistically and religiously, culturally, and to keep united India, each and every provision needs to be discussed in detail, and provision needs to be written in detail, and that is why Indian Constitution is one of the lengthier constitution. Subhash Kashyap ने explain किया गया कि इंडिया का constitution lengthier क्यों है. So you will not write all these details in your notes. You will just only write it is lengthier constitution. Second, Indian Constitution is a secular one. Indian Constitution is a federal one. Indian Constitution is a republic. Indian Constitution you will be just writing the features. You are not going to write like when you write that Indian Constitution के picture में when you write that it is a republic one. So republic का मतलब क्या है? You know it. You know what is the meaning of republic? Why you have adopted a republic? Why Indian Constitution is a parliamentary democracy? इंडिया में parliamentary democracy है. इंडिया में कुछ fundamental rights दिए गए citizens को, कुछ DPSP है. तो आप बस उतना ही लिखोगे. In only one page you will write the features. Now coming back to the current affairs part. अभी जितने भी इंडिया के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के जो फीचर्स हैं, चाहे वो सेक्युलरिज्म से रिलेटेड हो, फेडरलिज्म से रिलेटेड हो या रिपब्लिकनिज्म से रिलेटेड हो, जो भी इंडिया के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के जो मेन फीचर्स है, देयर आर अराउंड 10 to 12 फीचर्स ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, राइट? उसमें से अगर किसी एक फीचर को लेकर अगर कोई डिस्कशन चल रहा है, कोई डिबेट चल रहा है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में किसी ने पिटीशन फाइल किया है या लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, जैसे कि अभी अभी जो प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया का जो इलेक्शन ये रिपब्लिक नेचर का एक पार्ट है. तो इस बार जब प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया का इलेक्शन हो रहा था तो उस समय में the many constitution expert, many people were discussing the way the Indian president of India was elected, right? या फिर secularism. Now secularism is one of the Indian constitution feature. तो secularism को लेकर बहुत सारे issues चल रहे हैं. तो आपको क्या करना है? Next page you will write the issues associated with the features of Indian constitution. The question in the mains exam will be asked on issues and not on the features. Got it? तो बेसिक में आपको सिर्फ पॉइंट लिखना है. आप पॉइंट लिखोगे after writing the point when you are reading newspaper, if you come across any such debate or discussion which is related to the feature of Indian Constitution, you will make the notes of it. So in this way you will be having 2-page notes on this topic. Features पे 2 पेज आपके notes होंगे. On 1 page you will write the features, and in 2nd page you will write the issues associated with that feature. So like there are, as I told you, there are around 10 to 12 features. Out of the 10 to 12 features, around 5 to 6 features, debate and discussion will be going on in the newspaper, media, or eye. And out of that 5 to 6, you will write 1 or 2 features. The UPSC will ask the question. So you need to have in hand the features, issues associated with the features which were in the news. Got it? And then second, next page पे आप जब notes बनाओगे तो amendment बनाओगे. Amendment एक page बनाओगे. Amendment पे आप क्या लिखोगे? What is amendment? What is the process of amendment? Then why there is need of amendment? And if there is any issues or any discussion is going on in the newspaper related to the amendment procedure, या amendment को लेकर अगर कुछ newspaper में चल रहा है तो वो आप current affairs वाले में करोगे. Your basic note and your current affairs will be on the same page only. First page will be static part. Second page will be your learning part. It could be possibility कि अमेंडमेंट को लेकर सपोज उस साल में बहुत ज्यादा डिस्कशन हो रहा है तो आपका करंट अफेयर्स वाला 2 पेज हो सकता है. इट कुड बी 2 पेज, इट कुड बी 3 पेज. यू गेटिंग इट? बेसिक ऑन 1 पेज, सेकंड पेज करंट अफेयर्स. तो अगर किसी एक पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक को बहुत ज्यादा डिस्कशन हो रहा है तो हो सकता है दैट करंट अफेयर्स पार्ट, दैट करंट अफेयर नोट्स विल बी फॉर 2 पेज और इट विल बी 3 पेज. राइट? अभी डिस्कस किया गया और वापस 2-3 महीनों के बाद में वापस से न्यूज़ में आ जाएगा. Again after 4-5 months it will come. So whenever it will come in the newspaper, it will make sense. So you are not going to write each and everything which is mentioned in Lakshmikant or which is mentioned in in the Subhash Kashyap. You will just read it. तो अब amendment का जब notes बनाओगे तो क्या करोगे? What is the article related to the amendment? That is article 368. What is the procedure mentioned? Why amendment is needed? And important amendment, important constitutional amendment like amendment like 52, 86, then 110. जो भी important constitutional amendment है, you will write it down. Write it down मतलब you will write it down the numbers. You need to know which constitutional amendment is associated with. Like important, 86 is important. 52nd is also important. Do you know what is 52nd constitutional amendment is related to?
So I can't recall right now.
Constitutional amendment 52 is associated with the anti-defection law. Now anti-defection is in news. अभी आपने देखा होगा कि पिछले एक साल से कंटिन्यूअसली एंटी-डिफेक्शन न्यूज़ बिकॉज़ इन महाराष्ट्र, इन छत्तीसगढ़, इन झारखंड एंड रिसेंटली इन गोवा some of the MLAs have left the Congress and they have joined BJP. So in this way it is in the news. तो अगर वो न्यूज़ में है तो अगली बार उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे. Got it? So if any amendment is in the news, amendment is in the news, you need to write it down. The next is significant provisions. Significant provisions मतलब significant provisions and basic structure. आप basic structure का आप notes लिखोगे. What is basic structure feature and what is mentioned in the constitution, and if basic structure is in the news. News में अगर basic structure आता है तो वो आप current affairs में करोगे. So likewise, what you will do, one page of all the topics. Like one page of historical underpinning, one page of the evolution, one page of feature, one page of amendment, one page of significant provisions, one page of basic structure. So you will make static notes. And yes.
I had a question that many topics have many subtopics which are not mentioned in the syllabus. For example, in the Constitution, there's also a chapter on preamble, on fundamental rights, on DPSP. So how do I manage all of that?
That's what I'm telling you. Now in this topic, significant provisions ये जो है, significant provisions, in this topic only that preamble will come. Significant features, preamble, fundamental rights, DPSPs. These are the important significant provisions of the Constitution. ये significant provisions में यहाँ पे सब topics आएंगे, preamble, fundamental rights and DPSP. These are the significant provisions of the Constitution. Got it? Now, next is functions and responsibilities of the union and states. So when we will be making the notes, what we will do? Like what are the functions of the union government? What are the functions of the state government? What are the responsibilities? Like both. What are the functions and responsibilities of the union and state? So हमारे constitution में eight schedule has three lists, that is concurrent list, state list and the union list. Accordingly, some responsibilities given to the union government and some responsibilities given to the state government. अब यहाँ पे आप basic लिखोगे, लेकिन अभी इसको लेकर कुछ issues चल रहे हैं. अभी आपने देखा होगा कि recently you must have seen that state government is saying that the union government is unnecessarily interfering into the state government functions.
Yes,
you must have seen that some of the states are complaining that the union government is encroaching upon the functions of the state government unnecessarily. तो इसको लेकर अब इस साल के मेंस एग्जाम में ये आर्टिकल आया हुआ है, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में भी इसको लेकर आया. तो अभी आप जब नोट्स बनाते हो ना, तो यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टॉक्स अबाउट द फंक्शंस ऑफ यूनियन एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. बट इसको लेकर अगर कुछ इश्यूज चल रहे हैं इन द न्यूज़पेपर, you will make in your issues. Second page will be always related to the issue and question will be associated with the issues. अब यहाँ पे यही दिया हुआ देखो, issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure. So when you are making the notes, issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure, first what will you, what is federal structure आप लिखोगे, then what are issues and challenges associated with the federal structure, that you will write. Then current में जो issues चल रहे हैं associated with federalism, that you will make into the next page. Devolution of power, what is अभी साल के मेंस एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन है, discuss the importance of the decentralization of the power up to the local level and its impact on the development process. इस साल के मेंस एग्जाम में एक क्वेश्चन है. तो अभी when you see the question, you will realize that the question which have been asked by the UPSC, it is based on the syllabus only. Syllabus के जो points हैं, syllabus में devolution of power point है, उस पे एक question पूछा गया है. Syllabus में feature of the Indian Constitution है. Secularism is one of the important feature of the Indian Constitution. They have asked question on secularism. Then they have also asked question about the the clashes happening between the union government and state government with respect to division of the power. So whatever is there in the syllabus, based on that only they have asked the question. तो अभी आप जब पहली बार सुभाष कश्यप या लक्ष्मीकांत जब पढ़ते हो ना, तो फर्स्ट टाइम यू रीड द होल बुक. बट जब आप नोट्स आपको जब बनाना है, तो you don't the make notes as per the Lakshmikant, yeah, as per the whatever the topic is given in Lakshmikant, you make notes as per the points in syllabus. In the beginning I told you that extensive preparation and intensive. Intensive मतलब क्या कि when you are making notes you need to be very selected, you need to be very choosy, and you need to write only those topics which you mentioned in our syllabus. Got it? Now here comparison of Indian constitution scheme with that of other countries. अब यहाँ पे आप क्या करेंगे, you will write a comparison of Indian constitution with other, like others मतलब कौन से. If I see the trend of the questions which have been asked in the last 4 to 5 years, the Indian constitution, majority of the time the Indian constitution has been compared with France. I don't know why. Like in 2020 mains exam there was a question that we discussed the important feature of the Indian secularism versus the French secularism. क्या पूछा था, इंडिया के सेक्युलरिज्म और फ्रेंच सेक्युलरिज्म में कंपैरिजन उन्होंने पूछा था. एंड इस साल उन्होंने इंडिया के प्रेसिडेंट का जो इलेक्शन है वो फ्रेंच के इलेक्शंस का, फ्रेंच के प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्शन से कंपेयर करने के लिए कहा. तो इफ आई गो थ्रू द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर, आप अगेन while making the notes you need to go through the previous year question paper. Like I always say, and I know at this point the candidates always miss this point, कि whenever you get this question that if you want to know how to make notes, what to read, how to read, the best thing is to go through the previous year question paper, because previous year question paper gives you an idea that which point I need to focus, which area I need to focus, and how to make the notes, right? अब यहाँ पर क्या है, अब comparison of Indian constitution with other countries. So shall we need to compare the Indian constitution with all the countries in the world? No, we need to see the trend. One is France, जो majority of the times the UPSC is asking question from the France. One reason may be that why why the UPSC is asking the question related to the French constitution, because important features of the Indian constitution like liberty, equality, fraternity, that is actually originated from the France. French Revolution is one of the very, very important event in the history of the world, which the French Revolution has inspired all the the republic movement, democracies in the world. Either it is America or either it is India or any other countries in the world. So this could be one reason that why the UPSC might be asking questions related to the French. So French, England and America. तो ये तीन कंट्री का जो इन तीन कंट्रीज के साथ में हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को कंपेयर कर रहा है, राइट? अब देखिए, अब ये सारे नोट्स आपने बनाए, you have made the notes of all these points. You will be not making the final notes, you will be just making the the bullet notes. अब क्वेश्चन जब यूपीएससी जब पूछता है तो यूपीएससी will not ask question only on the basis of comparison of the Indian constitution. Like now the question which has been asked, which I like the critically examine the election process of the Indian president with the French president. अब यहाँ पर देखिए, आप जब यहाँ पर पढ़ोगे, we will be studying the president of India's election, you will study it here. Like one second, this topic is here where structure, organization and functioning of executive. So president is a part of executive. तो वहाँ पर आप क्या करोगे, president of India का पढ़ोगे. Then this topic is connected with this topic. This topic is connected with this topic. So they are asking questions from combination of one topic and this topic and also from this topic, features of Indian Constitution. तो आपके पास में क्या होना, like I always say that you need to be ready with the ingredients to make a dish. Like आप घर पे अगर कोई सब्जी बनाना चाहते हो, you need to have an ingredient. Like so according to the demand, according to your taste, you will make the dish. Similarly, आपके notes ऐसे होने चाहिए कि you need to know what is the feature of Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution का feature एक रिपब्लिकनिज्म है. हमें फ्रेंच का प्रेसिडेंट का इलेक्शन कैसे होता है वो आपको देखना है. इंडिया के प्रेसिडेंट का इलेक्शन कैसे होता है यहाँ पर है. तो इन तीनों का इस्तेमाल करके as per the tone of the question, as per the need of the question, you have to write a 250 word answer. So UPSC will never ask a question based on only one particular topic. एक टॉपिक पे बेस्ड वो क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे, वो 3-4 टॉपिक को कॉम्बिनेशन करके क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे, so that you need to understand the broader understanding of that particular topic. Got it? तो आपके नोट्स ऐसे बनाओ कि which you will be having bullet points. You can recall these bullet points in exam hall and you can compare all these things and write a final answer. So you need to be always ready with ingredients to write the answer. Ingredients means what? Points. तो जब आप आंसर लिखोगे, जैसे कि आप यहाँ पे कंपैरिजन ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन विद दैट अदर कंट्रीज, तो यू विल बी हैविंग 2 to 3 पेज. In one page, you will be writing the Indian Constitution compared with France, Indian Constitution compared with America, Indian Constitution compared with England. ये तीन आप करोगे. आप जिसके पॉइंट्स आपको याद में रहेंगे, जब ये याद में रहेंगे तो इसका इस्तेमाल करोगे आप ये करंट क्वेश्चन में. There were actually 3 points in this current question. Critically examine the process of election of the President of India with the French President. So you need to know the process of Indian President, the French President, and critically examine का मतलब क्या है कि ये जो रिपब्लिक नेचर जो इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का वो क्यों है, हम why we have not adopted the presidential the democracy, why we have adopted a parliamentary democracy where president is just a nominal head, while in America president is not a nominal head. In America the president is direct, which is having the direct power. So we have adopted the process same like France. तो वो हमने क्यों किया, वो आपके आंसर में 250 वर्ड्स में लिखना होता है. गॉट इट? तो अभी आप जैसे नोट्स बनाओगे तो आपको ये टॉपिक वाइज नोट्स बनाना, मतलब जैसे टॉपिक से वैसे ही आपको नोट्स बनाना. क्लियर? सो यू विल मेक नोट लाइक दिस, द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूटिव, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ द एग्जीक्यूटिव, and functioning of the executive, how executive functions. Then structure, organization of the judiciary, structure organization of the judiciary. अब यहाँ पर legislator है, legislator में क्या करना है, what is the structure of the Parliament of India, how the Parliament of India functions, what is the conduct of the business of the Parliament, what are the powers and privileges associated which is given to the Parliament of India, and issues arising out of this. So on one page we will make the structure related to the Parliament. अब Parliament का structure क्या है? So now tell me, what is the structure of the Parliament of India?
You asking me, sir?
Yes.
The structure of the Parliament, there is bicameral legislature. There are Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and Lok Sabha is the representative of the people. Rajya Sabha is indirectly elected representatives.
Right. Fine. Now this is the structure of the Indian Parliament, right? It has Lok Sabha, it has Rajya Sabha, and it is also having president. President is also the part of the Parliament, because ultimately the president gives the signature and assent to the law passed into the Parliament. That is why the president is also considered as a part of the Indian Parliament. Now Lok Sabha में direct लोग elect होते हैं, Rajya Sabha में indirectly लोग elect होते हैं, right? आप ऐसे क्यों? आप क्या होता है? Sometimes the question can be asked to you that why the issues associated with the structure, and what is that issue associated with the structure? Why the Lok Sabha members are directly elected, and why the members of the Rajya Sabha is indirectly elected. So in newspaper अगर इसको लेकर कोई debate चल रहा है, debate related to the structure of the Parliament of India or issues associated with the structure of the Parliament of India, that you need to know. The question will be asked related to the way. अभी इस साल कुछ राज्य सभा के members का election हुआ है, तो जब इस साल राज्य सभा का मेंबर का इलेक्शन हुआ तो उसमें कुछ क्वेश्चन आए थे, जैसे कि many members were getting elected from the Rajya Sabha from other state, like for example from Maharashtra, P. Chidambaram was sent as the Rajya Sabha member. P. Chidambaram is from Tamil Nadu, but he was sent as a member of Rajya Sabha from from Maharashtra. There was one more member, like one member from UP. His name I think Wali Rahman, ऐसे कुछ नाम है. That person is from UP, but he was sent as a Rajya Sabha member from Maharashtra. So basically, the Rajya Sabha, the members of the Rajya Sabha are supposed to represent the issues of the state in the central legislature. Now the person from UP who is elected from Maharashtra, can he give justice to the issues of the Maharashtra in the Rajya Sabha? He will not, because we don't have any idea what are the issues and challenges and problem of the Maharashtra. So जब आप नोट्स बनाते हो ना, तो बेसिक नोट्स में बेसिक बनाओगे, लेकिन उस स्ट्रक्चर को लेकर अगर कुछ इश्यूज चल रहे हैं, कुछ डिबेट चल रहा है, तो वो आप यहाँ पर रखो. यू गेटिंग इट? और टॉपिक्स. नाउ फंक्शनिंग ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट. अब आप पार्लियामेंट को फंक्शनिंग कैसे करता है उसके आप बेसिक नोट्स बनाओगे. But if the issues are coming, if it is discussed in the newspaper that the way the parliament is functioning, like the time is wasted, it is adjournment, important issues are not being discussed. So we have issues and like conduct of the business. You must think like in Indian Express, many articles have been written that how the time of the parliament is wasted, how the members are not, how they are behaving in the parliament, unruly behavior, they were blocking the functioning of the parliament. So ये जो है ये आपको करना है. Correct? What are the powers of the parliament? What are the privileges given to the parliament? And what are the issues arising out of this? ये समझ में आएगा लास्ट. मतलब issues arising out of this means issues arising out of the structure of the parliament, issues arising out of the functioning of the parliament, issues arising out of the conduct of the business, issues arising out of the powers of the parliament, issues arising out of the privileges. Remember, in prelims, they will ask you question, what is structure? but in mains they will ask what are the issues associated with that structure. This is the basic difference between prelims and mains preparation. In mains preparation you need to focus more on issues, while in prelims preparation you need to discuss what it is. मतलब हमारे पार्लियामेंट का स्ट्रक्चर क्या है वो प्रीलिम्स में पूछा जाता है, एंड मेंस में उन जो फीचर्स हैं, जो स्ट्रक्चर है, उसके जो इश्यूज हैं उसको क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है. मतलब प्रीलिम्स में पूछे जाएंगे इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज अ सेक्युलर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, दिस इज फीचर, बट व्हाट आर द इश्यूज एसोसिएटेड विद द सेक्युलरिज्म इन इंडिया, दैट विल बी आस्क्ड इन प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम एंड इन मेंस एग्जाम. एंड इन इंटरव्यू दे विल आस्क यू योर ओपिनियन कि इंडिया अभी फिलहाल सेक्युलर है, तो आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या इंडिया को एक रिलीजन बेस्ड नेशन होना चाहिए, नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसे आपको क्वेश्चन इंटरव्यू में पूछे जाए. What is this is the difference between prelims, mains and right? Now again say salient features of the representation of people's act. In this year's mains exam, one question is related to the salient features of the representation of people's act. There is one question, last question of the GS paper 2. Have you seen this year's mains question paper?
So I have just gone through it. I haven't seen it properly. I'll go through it again.
See it properly. And you know, two things I always say: syllabus, question paper, revision, and newspaper. These are the four things which will give you the success. आप भले कितनी पढ़ाई करो, 10 घंटे, 12 घंटे, 14 घंटे, या किसी भी कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में आप कोचिंग कर लो, अगर आप ये चीजें नहीं करोगे ना, if you don't see the syllabus again and again, if you don't see the question paper again and again, if you don't revise it, normally क्या होता है ना कि when students or candidates are preparing, they just keep on reading and new material, नई चीजें पढ़ते जाते हैं. Because when you go into the market, every time you come across some new, the material. Every time you will get some new thing. आपको लगता है यार ये मैंने नहीं पढ़ा, ये मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए. No need of reading that. Just finish basic. Basic finish करो, revise basic. Try to link it with the current affairs. जो basic आपने पढ़ा है ना, उसको current affairs से link करना है. अब salient features of representation of people है, आप Google में भी सर्च करोगे ना, even if you search it in Google, salient features of the representation of people's act of India, you will get some article, उसमें से कुछ salient features मिलेंगे, वो लिखना है. अब इसको लेकर अगर कुछ न्यूज में चल रहा है, रिप्रेजेंटेशन पीपल्स एक्ट को उसमें बदलाव करने की चेंजेस है, इसमें अमेंडमेंट करने की चेंजेस जरूरी है, अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अगर कुछ चल रहा है, या पार्लियामेंट में कुछ डिबेट चल रहा है, डिस्कशन चल रहा है, तो वो क्या चल रहा है वो समझ में आपको देखना है, बस इतना ही करना है. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू मेक पीएचडी ऑन द रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ एक्ट. समझ में आ गया ना? बिकॉज अभी क्या होता है कि मार्केट में जो भी रिसोर्सेज है, मटेरियल अवेलेबल है, representation of people's act completely there will be 100 page on the people's representation act. If you are not going to write 100 page answer, right, you are just going to write around 250 word answer, and within that 250 also 50 words you will be writing the static parts, 100 words you will be writing the current affairs, the current issue जो चल रहा है, and last part में आप अपना opinion लिखोगे, conclusion लिखोगे. तो बस basic आपको पता होना जरूरी.
Okay.
Got it? So make notes accordingly. जितना आप शॉर्ट में नोट्स बनाओगे, जितना आपने जो शॉर्ट में या माइक्रो नोट्स बनाओ, जितना उसको बार बार आप रिवाइज करोगे, उतना ज्यादा आपको एग्जाम हॉल में रिकॉल होगा. आपने बहुत ज्यादा लंबा नोट्स बनाए, you make a very lengthy notes, then you may not be able to recall it in the exam hall. Clear? ठीक है. Now then, अब यहाँ पर है अपॉइंटमेंट टू द वेरियस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट. अब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट में कौन सा आ गया? प्रेसिडेंट आ गया, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट आ गया, then the prime minister आ गया, then UPSC chairman आ गया, क्या आ गया, then the attorney general of India. So how the अब मुझे ये बताइए कि अपॉइंटमेंट टू द वेरियस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट आप लिखोगे कि how it is appointed, but क्या UPSC क्वेश्चन ऐसे पूछेगा कि how the the attorney general of India is appointed? क्या पूछेंगे? What UPSC will ask question as per you. अभी मैंने explain किया. What UPSC might ask you? If there is any issues going on related to the appointment of the Attorney General of India, that they will ask you. Got it?
Yes, sir. Based on current.
Now, if there is any issues arising out of the powers of the President of India, मतलब President of India को जो कुछ power दिए गए हैं, उन powers को लेकर, जैसे कि for example recently there was one power given to the governor, remission of the convicted person. President of India has a pardoning power. Similarly, Governor of India is also having the pardoning power. तो recently आपने देखा होगा बिल्किस बानो के केस में, the Governor of the Gujarat had given remission to the convicted of the Bilkis Bano rape case. तो गुजरात की जो राइट्स हुए थे उसमें कुछ 10-12 लोगों को कन्विक्ट किया गया था और उनको गवर्नर ऑफ गुजरात ने उनको सजा माफ कर दी। तो जब उनकी ये सजा माफ कर दी तो इंडियन एक्सप्रेस में लगातार 5 से 6 दिन ये गवर्नर का जो पावर है उसका कैसे मिसयूज किया गया है या कैसे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन क्या कहता है और कैसे उसको मिसयूज किया गया वो लिखा गया था। तो जब आप पढ़ रहे हो तो पावर्स ऑफ व्हाट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट, powers of governor, powers of president, powers of attorney general, powers of chief justice of India, issues arising out of the powers, that question can be asked. तो basic notes में आप क्या करेंगे, what is the power of president, you will write. तो power में pardoning power है, legislative power है, executive power है, वो आप लिखो। लेकिन उन power में से जिन power को लेकर if there is issues going on, that you need to know. Right? Functions of the president and responsibilities of the various constitutional bodies like UPSC, Finance Commission, then Election Commission of India. There are 4 to 5 important constitutional bodies like the UPSC, Election Commission, Finance Commission, etc. Got it, Ritika? Simple. Functions and responsibilities of the constitutional bodies. You will write it down, and if any issues arising out of the way the functioning, the Election Commission is functioning, the UPSC is functioning, or the Finance Commission is functioning, if any issue is coming in the newspaper, you will write it down. So each and every topic will have 2 parts in your notes. One is the basic point and another is issues of those. Is it clear?
Yes, I'm audible, sir.
You're audible, Rachika. You're audible. Okay. Next topic है statutory, regulatory and various quasi-judicial bodies. So अब इस साल का अगर मेंस क्वेश्चन पेपर निकाल कर देखो तो उसमें क्वेश्चन पूछा गया था the National Commission for Backward Class NBCs को constitutional status दिया गया है। तो in basic point you need to know what is statutory body, what is regulatory body and what are quasi-judicial bodies. Examples of statutory bodies, examples of regulatory bodies. So there are around 8 to 10 statutory bodies. There are around 4 to 5 regulatory bodies. You will write it down. And if any statutory bodies को लेकर अगर कुछ issues आ रहा है तो आपको देखना है। तो आप जब यूपीएससी की मेंस एग्जाम में जो क्वेश्चन होंगे, one question is based on this topic, one question is based on this topic, one question is based on this topic, one question is based on this topic. So in this way, there are total 20 topics in GS paper, 20 questions in mains exam.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Now this year there was one question: government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising out of their design and implementation. So there was one question this year that along with welfare scheme, there is a need to have a deft management of inflation and employment to address the issue of poverty of the vulnerable sections of the society. ये question था इस बार. Only 1 minute is left, Ritika. I think the session will end. You have to resume. You have to join back again by using the same.
Okay.
तो next session में हम उसको discuss करते हैं. ठीक है?
Same link, sir. Same
Now
link,
just
sir.
immediately same link.
All right.